RV here for RV's Adventure Report. I had a super exciting day yesterday because when I came home from lunch, there was a nice little package waiting for me at the door, and inside the package was my new backpack. And let me tell you, this is something I have been eagerly anticipating. Just a few weeks ago, I decided to sell my Osprey Ether 70, which was a phenomenal pack. I can't say enough good things about that pack, but it was a traditional internal frame pack and it weighed a lot. This, which is my new pack, which is a GoLite, see there, a GoLite Jam 70, weighs less than half of the Osprey Ether 70. This is an ultralight backpack. It's made out of a material called Dyneema, I believe is how you pronounce it, and it weighs in at about 1 pound 15 ounces. This is super light. Now what makes it super light is that there's no frame. See, now if I take out my sleeping pad, which I had in there for a little shake, now look, there's no frame here. I can fold this in half, no problem. There is a foam back pad, maybe we'll call it, right here, that you can take out. Alright, you can take that out if you want even less weight. I'm going to leave that in because, at least for now, because I'm used to an internal frame, full-blown backpack, and I think taking that out just might be a little extreme. I need to get used to it, I think, maybe a little bit before I do that. But anyway, so it's very light, not much to it. You see here, they've cut the straps are very thin. Okay, they've even cut weight there. The hip belt is substantial, but it too is lightweight. And this is a nice feature. There's two, There's two pouches, one on each hip belt. And something I just noticed, this is great, because inside this pouch, there's an additional pouch in there for maybe smaller things you don't want to lose, stuff like that. In spite of it being lightweight, in spite of it not having a frame, it's still fully featured. You notice it has load lifters on the shoulder straps. It still has the sternum strap that you like to see. Everything's good. Everything is great. Everything is what you would expect to see in a heavier, full-featured internal frame pack. One thing that you will notice, and this is a first for me, is this does not have a lid on the top. And I'm going to slip my sleeping pad back in there to give it a little form while I'm talking about it. But there's no lid, okay? There's no lid that you're going to put on the top that you're going to be able to put some junk in and then close that on top. Instead, it's just this open piece and a cinch strap you can pull closed, and then all you got to do is roll this down nice and tight to wherever your gear is. Then you take this strap, slip it over the top, cinch that down, and you're good to go. One of the neatest things about this pack that I really appreciate is the amount of straps that they've put on it to cinch the load down, to tighten the load so that it's compressed and it's on your back and it isn't flopping around. You're not, worrying about things, you're not losing your balance because the whole thing's flopping around on your back. And there's these neat things, and I'm going to come in as close as I can. There are these hooks on the bottom of the pack. And then on this side, there are loops, and I'm actually going to have to loosen some things up because of my pad to show you this. But these loops go around the hook, as you might expect, okay, as such, and then that compresses your load even further if you don't have a lot of gear in the pack. So everything is meant to cinch down, fit very tightly, so that you have a comfortable backpacking experience. There is a large pocket on the back. Okay, so you can stick some stuff down in there. I think I'm going to try putting my tent in there. There's a little hook if you want to clip your keys on in there so you don't lose them. Tons and tons of features on a very simple, very lightweight backpack. I mean, you even have, let me show you, you even have your ice axe loops. If you are an ice climber, if you're a mountaineer and you need those things, there they are. You've got the loops right there, and there's some bungees right there towards the top of the pack. This, I am very impressed. I haven't used it yet. I just got it yesterday. I haven't even loaded it down, but I am super excited to use this pack on the trail. Hopefully within the next month or so we can get out and give it a shot. But I'm trying to lighten my load. I mentioned in one of my posts, I believe, that I was just tired of kind of being miserable and hurting while I was on the trail. So I started doing some research, and I'm going to do my best to lighten things up. And I started out by lightening my backpack, cutting that weight right there in half. And I'm going to do several other things and think about what I'm packing before I pack it, because the one drawback I would say is that it's about a 30-pound weight limit. So I'm going to be forced to cut back from my 40-50 pound load to fit everything in and not, rip the shoulder straps off of the GoLite Jam 70. Very excited about this pack. Again, GoLite is going through some bankruptcy issues right now, so I got this really cheap off of their website. I just checked, and this is December 3rd, 2014, and they don't have any more on their website. Now, that probably means that if you go to eBay, there'll be a ton of them on there. But anyway, I imagine you will still be able to find these packs. They were named Backpacker's Best Overall Ultralight Backpack in 2012, so they're very popular. Should be able to find some even if you can't get them from GoLite. Don't know what's going to happen there. There's kind of some backstory, and I read some articles, and they're hoping to make it through this bankruptcy and still be a company and still be able to produce products and things. I certainly hope so, because I think they put out a great product. A lot of people think they put out a great product. So anyway, that's my initial impressions of the GoLite Jam 70. I'll let you know how things go after I use it, but very excited about this pack. Thank you, have a great day, and happy adventuring.